and experience true peace of mind.
Happy holidays from JB Short Carpet One. Hi, I'm Tim Short. The magic of the Christmas season causes us to reflect on those who have enriched our lives and contributed to our success over the past year. As we pause during this holiday season to thank God for His most precious gift to mankind, we at JB Short Carpet One also want to thank our friends and customers for your continued support and to wish you all the most joyful and blessed Christmas ever. And if you haven't visited our store lately, we invite you to come see us during the holiday season. While you're here, you'll find the area's best selection of carpeting, hardwood flooring, tile, and more, as well as a full-service Benjamin Moore paint store, all serviced by a friendly, specially trained staff of flooring and paint specialists. So Merry Christmas from all of us at JB Short Carpet One, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Vass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
This holiday season, Health Innovations in Southern Pines understands the needs of quality and affordability when it comes to medical equipment and supplies so you can enjoy time with friends and family. Their wide range of lift chairs are designed to provide assistance and independence, and they offer many mobility aids like scooters, powered wheelchairs, and walkers to help you get around. Plus, don't forget their line of IncrediWare wearable therapy that's perfect for managing swelling and discomfort. Health Innovations offers both sales and rentals of all medical equipment. So this holiday, trust Health Innovations for all your medical supply needs and rediscover a world of comfort and joy with your closest loved ones. To secure your equipment or for questions, call 910-246-2850 or find Health Innovations at 295 Pinehurst Avenue in Southern Pines.
Hi, this is Katherine Phelps, owner of Appliances and More. This Christmas season, we're celebrating you, our customers, with a Christmas Eve appliance giveaway. Stop by our store in the Town & Country Shopping Center in Aberdeen and sign up to win one of 3 amazing prizes: a Frigidaire upright freezer, an Electrolux front-loaded washer and dryer set, or the new Frigidaire electric slide-in range with the fresh baked pizza option. It's our way of saying thank you for your support and friendship all year long. No purchase necessary. See store for details.
This holiday season, step back in time and discover the magic of a classical, original country store at J.R. Moore & Son. When you walk through the doors, you'll be transported to a simpler time. J.R. Moore & Son has a fantastic selection of clothing from brands like Ariat, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Plus, don't forget to explore their huge selection of boots from Wolverine, Georgia Boot, and more. So this year, give the gift of nostalgia and quality. Visit J.R. Moore & Son at 865 Thrift Road in Gulf, where tradition meets modern style.
John Cole's Plumbing Professionals is dedicated to providing high-quality workmanship and exceptional customer service, and that includes 24-hour emergency service. You can trust John Cole's Plumbing Professionals to arrive promptly and work efficiently to resolve your plumbing problems 24 hours a day.
Hi, this is John Cole. If you've got a plumbing problem, don't call a plumber, call a professional at 910-639-4933.
John Cole's Plumbing Professionals.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering how to make your money work for you instead of worrying it won't? Mark Henry at Alloy Wealth Management focuses on you, your goals, and your values. From insurance planning and retirement income strategies to estate conversation and risk management, his team works with you to build a comprehensive strategy that fits your life. Learn more by listening to Living Large Radio with Mark Henry, Saturdays and Sundays at 2 here on Talk Radio 990 AM and 97.3 and 104.1 FM WEEB.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
This is Steve Woodward teeing off. It was all but inevitable that a day would come when the consequences of COVID pandemic hysteria would be revealed. That day arrived while most of us were pleasantly distracted by Thanksgiving festivities. The revelation came in an immediately leaked letter by a Food and Drug Administration chief vaccine regulator. It was such a bombshell that even the New York Times could not resist it. The letter by Dr. Vinay Prasad is direct. For the first time, the U.S. FDA will acknowledge that COVID-19 vaccines have killed American children, he wrote. Prasad, who directs the Center for Biologics Evaluation, explains that a review of 96 deaths among children ages 7 to 16 who received the mRNA COVID vaccines concludes that no fewer than 10 deaths are linked to the shot. And he added, these 10 deaths are certainly an underestimate due to underreporting of adverse vaccine outcomes. mRNA pioneer and COVID jab critic Dr. Robert Malone says the findings are, quote, even more stunning than this strongly worded letter indicates. These products do not work. Objective analysis cannot even demonstrate that on balance, they saved lives. I'm Steve Woodward, teed off, unvaxxed.
Wednesday morning starting out likely with some frost on the windshield. It's cold out there, but it's calm and it's clear. Temperatures into the afternoon, 45 to 50 degrees. Overnight lows about 30 to 32 degrees. Clouds increasing Thursday, highs in the low to mid 50s. We'll see a wintry mix develop near and north of I-40 Friday morning, ending as a chilly rain as we head into Friday evening. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today is the National Day of Giving.
This is Giving Tuesday.
Every year on the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Giving. Need exists in every community.
It's National Day of Giving today.
I will give everything. Everything.
Use the spirit of the holiday season to help other people.
Every little bit helps, you know.
Happy National Day of Giving.
Showtime.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Stephen Woodward this morning. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, LeaderMan. Good morning, everybody, on this restless Wednesday in the Sandhills.
Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on our live audio and video streams. They're available to you now from our website, homepage at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air Listen Live. Click that and you're listening that quick. Just you may have to hit a play button after you click on the link, but depends on your browser. Anyway, if you want a video, go to the center of the page where it says watch live audio and watch live video and replays. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Click on that and just look for today's date. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, well, it's going to be a little more brighter than it was yesterday. We can all handle that, I'm sure. Look for things to be sunny today. 49 is the best we'll do, but we'll take it. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 29. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow, 54 for a high. Chance of rain moves in tomorrow night, 40% chance. Look for mostly cloudy skies and a low of 36 degrees. Friday, rain, high near 41. And Saturday, chance of rain, high of 49. Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 50. And Monday, partly sunny and a high of 45. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm. Pressure is 3012. Dew point, 29 degrees. Humidity, 99%. We have sunny skies and 30 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right. Little Mariah Carey there. All I want for Christmas is you. It is 7:34, 34 past the hour on this Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday. Glad you made it as a part of your day.
Is Mariah going to get a royalty check from that little?
No, because we're a talk station. We don't derive income from music.
All right.
So the other stations just played the same 450 oldies library and tell you they got a better music mix somehow. Let's see. Of course, I don't have the story in front of me. West Virginia, last night elected Tennessee last night.
Tennessee
in the House seat.
Special election.
Yeah, the Republican won. What was his name?
By 8 points. He is a Army veteran, and
you don't know his name either.
I can't remember his name. I've been seeing his face for the last week. Defeating the Democrat woman who said that despite the fact that many of the voters live in Nashville, she hates Nashville and country music especially.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Yeah. That'd be like here in the South saying you hate Christmas trees. Or in North Carolina because we produce more than anyone. Or we hate, what else we got? Tobacco.
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
We're one of the world's leaders. We're one of the leading turkey.
Yeah, we are the largest turkey manufacturer.
Yeah.
About 90% of the turkeys come from here.
That's right, and that excludes the members of the General Assembly.
Yeah.
The Republican in Tennessee is Matt Van Epps. He's going to win by about 8 points, and so goodbye.
Which in election terms nationwide is a landslide.
It's pretty good. Trump won the district by 22, but that was,
I'm just glad that people of Tennessee aren't quite as dumb as people are trying to make them by saying they would vote for that liberal loony. They didn't.
Her name was,
what gets me is that they would vote her at all.
That's right. Well,
she is so loony.
Well, I think she reflects an unfortunate trend.
What was her name?
Afton Benz.
Yeah.
Afton Benz. She's Afton Benz. She's Afton is an afterthought this morning, but I think what you're seeing is a lot of these college-educated, 30-something suburban moms are increasingly attracted to the left. I don't know why, because they don't have the curiosity to actually, read news and analysis on anything. So they watch The View, and that's it.
Yeah.
And there you have it.
And watch them support communism. I don't get it.
Well, yeah.
How they could possibly think in their mind this is best for our country. It is not.
Well,
but they do it anyway.
Eventually.
Just because they hate Trump.
Exactly.
That's exactly why they do it.
And everybody in his orbit. And eventually you do always run out of other people's money, so that's a historical fact.
All right, another important news today. Ocean Spray is investigating after people posted Thanksgiving videos as they opened cans and only found water, not cranberry sauce.
I think I'd prefer the water.
Here is one of them.
Watch me open this one. Ooh-wee. That is sold us cans of water as cranberry sauce. Look at this. Why is there water?
Look, it's not open. 4 cans. Water. Unbelievable.
And the point is, if you think in economic terms and you say, well, I'll go back and get my money back. Well, it costs you more to drive over there and give them the can back, get your money, than it's worth to begin with. So you're just out the money. Of course, you could write Ocean Spray, they might send you some coupons. But again, that time you spend writing letters, you could have spent earning money. So it's a lose-lose situation for you.
Like I said, I think I might have preferred the water. I'm not a big cranberry sauce guy, but what can I tell you?
Instagrammer Ben Haterio has gone viral for playing Navarro's Smells Like Teen Spirits on rubber chickens that were hanging from a pole. He also plays the drum, and he's wearing a tux. Boy, all this entertainment in one little clip here. All right, we get the idea.
Yeah, I'd rather have an MRI, I think.
Or a colostomy.
Yeah, or a colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah, whatever. Just keep naming procedures. I'll take them all. How about this news? All of the K&W cafeterias closed on December 1. The company headquartered in Winston-Salem, NC.
People, I guess, don't want cafeteria food.
That is quite a cultural development. 88 years in business, gone on a chilly December morning.
I remember downtown Raleigh had a cafeteria called S&W, and it was like K&W. What was S&W? Is that what it was? I think it is.
It was A&W root beer.
No,
and K&W cafeterias.
K&W. This is a different name for the cafeteria. I think ultimately it became K&W. But anyway, it was in a Gothic-style building with marble walls and all that.
Wow, fancy.
It was back then. You know, had actual people running the elevator for you and all that good stuff, and the big old metal barrier that comes across before they scoot you up the shaft. Anyway, of course, they did away with that with automation. But let me ask you this, though. If you were going to sing a note, how long can you do it? What would be your maximum time singing one note, no breaths?
I've never tried that. At least not.
I thought everybody tried it in the
recent
shower
memory.
at least once.
I don't know. I mean, as an ex-smoker, I guess I have a little bit of an advantage in that department. After 30 years off the cigarettes, yeah. 30 years and 2 months, 3 months, whatever. I don't know. What's your record? Personal best?
About 12 seconds. But anyway, Richard Fink IV has the record after singing one for over 2 minutes.
Wow.
Near the end, he looked like he was about to pass out. Here's a short edit of his note. I see it's the 1,000 oscillation tone. Hear the breath running out.
Oh, and then they encourage him by applauding. Great.
Yeah, so he goes stand in front of an audience to sing one note.
Anybody
and gets a Grammy for the best note of the year.
Anybody tuning in just now probably thought that there was one of those emergency, radio pauses or something. If this was an actual emergency, you would be directed to jump out your window.
Near L.A., an off-duty paramedic wondered if he was seeing snow, but suddenly realized it was not snow, it was ash. Oh. And saw high flames from his neighbor's house. He banged on the door and saved the family, including 7-year-old Savannah Vasquez. The whole thing was caught on video. We have audio.
I was upstairs and I heard a snowstorm, and then I looked up and it was ash.
At first I thought it was just my imagination. I just standed there for like 10 seconds. I didn't know what to do. Told my grandma that there was a fire and she went to go alert everybody. So that guy just came out of nowhere and then he helped me get out of the fire.
You're a hero.
Yeah.
You got a lot to be thankful for.
That's what kind people do.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice story. Although I think that one of the first lessons a young child should be taught is, if your house is on fire, leave the house.
Get out.
Yeah. Don't stand there saying, what should I do?
I would get my dog and then get out.
Did you hear that?
Of course, she sleeps right next to me. So.
Oh, well. Feel like I'm in a bubble.
And every time you get up to go to the restroom, you come back and, of course, your spot is occupied now.
Yeah.
And you got to go slide over.
I have a 55-pound dog that does that.
Well, she's smart enough to slide over when I tell her to. So
well, sure.
We'll be able to get along in the bed.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, it's immediate suffocation.
All right.
Anyway, just to close the circle on KNW, it opened its doors on North Cherry Street in Winston-Salem on May 11th, 1935.
Yeah,
So
there was there was a cafeteria in Cameron Village in Raleigh called Ballantyne's that eventually got bought out by K&W.
And you're probably saying, well, wait a minute. If it opened in 1935, that means it's been around for 90 years, not 88 years. But it actually started off as a coffee shop owned by two brothers named Wilson, who I assume became the W in K&W. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, the Late Night Eunuch Boys. One was performing last night, Jimmy Fallon, and we got the so-called funny from him.
We'll get this. YouTube released their first ever recap, which is a shareable highlight reel of your year's watch history. In other words, blackmail. Yeah. You guys, this is nice. Today is Giving Tuesday. That's great. Yeah, that's right. It goes Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Credit Card Bill Wednesday, Fake Your Own Death Thursday, and Create a New Identity Friday. That's the week. Here's a wild story. A man in New Zealand was arrested after he allegedly walked into a jewelry store and swallowed a $20,000 Fabergé egg. Yeah, and a few hours later, it was a $1 Fabergé egg.
How quickly that depreciated, huh?
You know, on Giving Tuesday, I think Jimmy could have given us a break by taking the night off.
Well, by doing actually a funny joke would be nice. Well, it's that time of year for holiday TV specials. Well, let's check out what's on tonight, shall we?
Tonight, NBC presents a holiday tradition like no other, Christmas in Rockefeller Center, featuring stars from your favorite NBC shows like Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Zoo, Chicago Mall Kiosk, Chicago Arby's, and Chicago Convalescent Center. I know what you're thinking. NBC isn't just a bunch of shows about Chicago. It will also feature the stars from Law & Order, Law & Order Organized Crime, Law & Order Special Victims Unit, Law & Order Jaywalking Squad, Law & Order Horse Patrol, Law & Order Cops with Mustaches, and of course, Law & Order Chicago. Christmas in Rockefeller Center. This year, we're holding it in Chicago.
All right.
Okay, why don't they just have Chicago 24/7 Street Crime? That should be the name of the show.
Well, romantic sparks keep flying for the holidays during the Hallmark Channel's countdown to Christmas. And will they ever run out of clever, quote-unquote, ideas?
Tonight on the Hallmark Channel, it's Christmas in an Uber. He's a gorgeous former goat herder from a country no one can pronounce who drives an Uber with his sickly pet goat Cecil riding shotgun. She's a gorgeous veterinary student with flowing blonde hair who needs an animal to practice on before Christmas break.
Are you Adriella? I'm your ride. Don't worry, he no bite.
Will a slightly smelly animal in the car give him a 1-star review? Or will the goat become the goat?
He say very foxy.
It's Christmas in an Uber tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
All right, well, here's a snow song montage since there's so much white stuff falling around the country. Featuring, well, in order, Tony Bennett, Peggy Lee, Bing Crosby, Sticks, Rob Thomas, Stephen Carter, and Lizzie Schaefer. Snow Miser from The Year Without a Santa Claus. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tony Bennett again, and then Stevie Nicks.
Snowball throwing the snow.
I think we're snowblind.
Snow day, it's a snow day.
Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much.
In between the cover of another perfect wonder, and it's so white as snow.
And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide bring it down.
Okay. Now, which do we like better? Do we like the old traditional songs, Oh Holy Night and Jingle Bells, which is actually doesn't reference Christmas, but Silent Night and the like, or do you like new songs?
Well, I think
like Snow Miser.
No, I don't. There's been very few classics that have come out in my lifetime. I mean, most of the staples of Christmas time are decades old. White Christmas and plus, I think you have to draw a distinction between the commercialized Christmas songs and the hymns that acknowledge the actual purpose of the season. So, like "Oh Holy Night."
All right, well, we know what the headline news are because we just told you. But what about the not headline news?
This is not headline news. Instagram wants employees back in the office full time. Doesn't matter where they work, they're just going to spend all day on Instagram. According to a new study, children who use smartphones are at higher risk for obesity and depression. So to keep your kids thin and happy, only allow them to use rotary landlines. Some IRS agents will be tasked with monitoring OnlyFans accounts. In totally unrelated news, Charlie Sheen just signed up for the civil service exam. And a 115-million-year-old shark fossil was discovered in Australia. They found its teeth are still in better shape than the average monster truck show fan. This is not headline news.
In other not headline news, the White House unveiled its Christmas decorations. The nativity scene looks different from most because the 3 wise men were deported.
Oh, funny.
The theme of this year's White House Christmas decoration is "Home is where the heart is," and by heart, they mean a crap ton of tacky gold trinkets. Let's see. A Waymo drove through a police standoff in downtown Los Angeles. In the Waymo's defense, if it avoided police standoffs, it would never get through downtown Los Angeles. According to a new study, children who use smartphones are at a higher risk for obesity and depression, so To keep your kids thin and happy, only let them use rotary phones. That would be an experience, wouldn't it? Instagram wants employees back in the office full time. Does it matter where they work? They just are going to spend all day on Instagram anyway. A 115-million-year-old shark fossil was discovered in Australia, and its teeth are still in better shape than the average monster truck show fan. A poll found out that a majority of music fans refuse to listen to anything by A, AI, B, Diddy, or C, white guys in dreads. Gray hair may protect you from cancer. Did you know that? Steve Martin protected him from cancer since the age of 20.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, he's never really even been gray. He's just been white. Oh, sorry.
That's
what
cracker.
about white hair?
That's cracker to you.
What about white hair? Is that
Well, white hair usually starts out gray.
double the longevity with white hair? Yeah.
Because my grandfather, in his late years, was all white hair with a touch of blonde to it. South Korean police arrested 4 people for hacking 120,000 internet cameras and making sexually explicit videos from the footage. This is why I took Ring cameras out of my shower. Ozzy Osbourne would have turned 77 today, and Sharon would have found a way to monetize it. The trailer from Eras Tour's concert film is out. It features almost as many shots of Taylor Swift as a Kansas City Chiefs game. The Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting ceremony is tonight. It's a chance to watch something get lit up in New York City other than the Jets secondary. Simon Cowell is sorry that he let a plastic surgeon do what he did to his eyes. A Diddy documentary is out on Netflix. It features so much baby oil and streamers, it's changing its name to Wetflix. Matt Lauer is eyeing a return to television. Wow. And I'm going to skip that punchline. The guy who plays Jesus on The Chosen says the show has converted many lifelong atheists. Or maybe they're just like, okay, I believe in whatever you say. Just stop yapping. LaToya Jackson looks way too skinny. Her body's so thin and curveless that if Michaels were alive, he'd actually pay attention to her. And I'm shocked. I had no idea she was in Wicked. And Ric Flair is now backing off his claim that Hulk Hogan died from street drugs. It was a bald-faced lie about a male pattern bald-faced guy, if you say so. All right. Instagrammers, Bents, we did that already. Never mind. Today is Happy National Let's Hug Day. Yeah. Here's a quick Let's Hug Day drop for you.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
That was Tommy Boy.
Do we have to
No.
hug people today? I don't really want to.
HBO released Mad Men in 4K, but fans found goof like a vomit machine in the shot. HBO rolled out Mad Men in 4K. Fans were quick to notice goofs in the additional shots, like when one of the characters has to hurl, you can see one of the crew operating the vomit machine. Yes. That, of course, is the Mad Men theme. There are other mistakes like episodes out of order and misnamed. But does the blooper award of all time go to Game of Thrones because it had a Starbucks cup in the shot?
Okay.
And a $9.99 price tag on it.
Yeah, wow.
One Starbucks cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Or should I say coffee transformed into soda pop.
I haven't been in a Starbucks in, I don't know, easily 10 years.
Yeah. Here's a little sound of a guy hurling, and then people obviously repulsed by it.
Oh, is that what? Well, it is Wednesday, and the pilot is
Came out.
so there you have it. I guess it's appropriate.
Reba McEntire will host the lighting of the Rockefeller Christmas tree tonight on NBC, Nothing But Communism. As she was promoting it Monday morning on Today, Savannah Guthrie jumped the gun by suggesting that Reba was already married to her Happy Place co-star Rex Lynn. Whatever. A quick thinking utility. We did that. Never mind. Yeah, we did that.
I really appreciate the fact that you remind me frequently why I don't watch network television.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
24 athletes in England broke the world record and raised money for their charity by playing dodgeball for 48 hours. Some even finished their game when time was up. Here's that very moment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 48 hours, everybody! And why are they still playing? Oh, you have to officially play out.
All right,
the
here
set.
comes your weather news.
Starting out likely with some frost on the windshield. It's cold out there, but it's calm and it's clear. Temperatures into the afternoon, 45 to 50 degrees. Overnight lows about 30 to 32 degrees. Clouds increasing Thursday, highs in the low to mid 50s. We'll see a wintry mix develop near and north of I-40 Friday morning, ending as a chilly rain as we head into Friday evening. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Committed to enforcing federal immigration law, the Trump administration's reportedly launching a roundup focusing on illegal Somali immigrants in Minneapolis-St. Paul. It comes amid a massive Medicaid fraud scandal in Minnesota, along with rampant gang activity. All of this prompting President Trump to declare Somalis not welcome here.
The president ended his Tuesday cabinet meeting with a tirade against Somalis living in the United States, complaining they add little to American society.
I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too.
In recent days, he's described Minnesota, which is home to the largest Somali community in the U.S., as a hub of fraudulent money laundering activity. Greg Clugston, Washington.
President Trump has officially terminated all pardons or communications signed by the infamous auto pen during President Biden's term in office. In Tennessee.
What a night. We did it.
He certainly did. Republican Matt Van Epps has won the special election for a U.S. House seat in a very close race with Democrat Afton Bain.
Van Epps defeated Democratic opponent and state lawmaker Afton Bain to keep the 7th Congressional District in GOP hands. President Trump backed Van Epps. The special election followed Republican Congressman Mark Green's resignation this past summer. This congressional race saw a surge in spending.
Correspondent Andrew Stewart. Official winter still several weeks away, but it's already looking a lot like winter across parts of the Northeast, where a storm dumped as much as a foot of snow in some spots. This round of winter-like weather left its mark from Ohio to Maine. Dow futures up 116 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 50 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
This is Dennis Prager for AmFed Coin and Bullion. There's something about the feel of a gold coin in your hand and the way the light reflects off its intricate details that has always captivated me. Nick Grovich, AmFed's owner, turned that same passion into his livelihood. Nick began collecting coins as a teen, and that interest grew into a nationally respected business offering only the finest quality coins at the most competitive prices. But the truth is that although Nick is a rare coin dealer, he doesn't believe in rare coins. Rare coins do not make sound investments, but they do make dealers a lot of money. See, that's part of what I respect about him. AmFed specializes in buying non-performing numismatic coins and turning them into gold or silver investments that provide liquidity and perform competitively against the market. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. AmericanFederal.com.
China rolls out the red carpet for a visiting European head of state.
French President Emmanuel Macron has arrived in China for a 3-day state visit focusing on trade and diplomatic talks. Dressed in overcoats against the winter chill, Macron and his wife stepped off a plane after nightfall at an airport in Beijing. There, they were greeted by Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Macron thanked him for the warm welcome and for the work they'll do together.
Merci, Merci infiniment de votre présence ce soir.
France is aiming to attract more investment from Chinese companies and facilitate market access for French exports. During the visit, officials from both nations are expected to sign several agreements in the energy, food, and aviation sectors. The visit also comes as Macron seeks to enlist Beijing in pressuring Russia toward a ceasefire with Ukraine. I'm Nayan Kim.
News and analysis at townhall.com. Trump administration says it will withhold SNAP benefits from Democrat-led states if they fail to provide data.
Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says the action is in the works because those states are refusing to provide requested information about the recipients, including their names and immigration status, and that states should comply to help root out fraud in the program. Experts say that while there certainly is fraud in a $100 billion a year program, that the bigger problem is perpetrated by organized crime. About 42 million lower-income Americans rely on SNAP to help buy groceries. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Airbus expects to deliver fewer planes this year. It's an issue with some of its A320 planes. Company says it's targeting roughly 790 commercial aircraft for deliveries in 2025. That's down from an earlier estimate of 820 planes. More on these stories, townhall.com.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Building or purchasing your dream home, adding a new fence, or maybe you're purchasing or dividing land. If so, precision matters. Before you break ground on that next project, contact DZT Land Surveying first. Whether it's residential or commercial, our fully licensed expert team provides accurate, reliable surveys to ensure your land is marked right the first time. We handle everything from property boundaries, construction layouts, to infrastructure projects. So schedule your quote by calling 910-420-1325 and avoid future issues. Trust DZT Land Surveying for all your survey needs.
Book your holiday event at Homewood Suites by Hilton. From banquet to ballroom and full bar available. Make it all-inclusive with block room reservations. Call 910-255-0300. Homewood Suites, Olmsted Village, Pinehurst.
Cooler days and chilly nights amid year's end signal that it's time to embrace holiday traditions. The team at True Value Olmsted Village Hardware will guide you through the Christmas season's hectic pace. Start with a selection of decorations, festive lighting, and power sources to keep it twinkling. Before guests drop in, stock up on cleaning supplies and scented products, and stay ahead of plunging temperatures by choosing from a lineup of insulation products for windows, doors, and faucets, along with space heaters. While visiting us next to Lowe's Foods in Olmsted Village, why not wrap up Christmas shopping? You'll find perfect gifts for everyone on your list and wrapping paper. Next door, even more decorating ideas await at Olmsted Patio, home of essential furnishings year-round. Olmsted Village Hardware is open 7 days a week and we deliver. Or visit our website for seasonal bonus pricing. We wish you a joyous season, kindling a lifetime of memories.
Unsightly things on your property, but you don't know what to do with them? Call Carolina Demo. Old mobile home?
We demo it.
Moldy old sheds or barns?
We demo it.
Old rotten decks?
We demo it.
even that old falling in house.
You guessed it, we demo it.
We do full-scale junk removals and real estate cleanouts of any size. When it's time to say bye-bye to the old and busted, call Carolina Demo for a free quote at 803-320-1720 or visit carolinademoanddebrisremoval.com. We demo anything. Is your land lost under a jungle of brush and overgrowth? Call the pros at Tar Heel Brush Mulching. With over 20 years of experience in land management, we turn wild, unusable land into clean, manageable space fast, affordable, and done right the first time. Whether it's for farming, hunting, or just reclaiming land, our high-powered mulchers and brush cutters chew through the roughest terrain. Trust the team that knows land management and has the gear to master it. For a free estimate, call veteran-owned Tar Heel Brush Mulching at 910-638-8318.
If there was a better way for financial planning, when would you want to know? Hi, I'm Roger Harris, host of Whitehorse Financial Solutions, which airs Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. and Sundays from 1 to 2 p.m. Tune in to learn how we can help you optimize your assets while eliminating losses, create better retirement plans with more paychecks, more playchecks, and a tax-efficient legacy. That's Whitehorse Financial Solutions every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. and then on Sundays from 1 to 2 p.m. You can reach us online at whitehorse-financial.com or call 910-339-2625.
With me in the studio is Sue Maxwell, who is a patient at Pinecone Medical Center, where Dr. Sharon Wright practices chiropractic medicine. Now, Sue, you went there with pain. What kind of pain was it, and what did you do about it?
Yes, I had arthritis in my cervical spine, and I had pain that radiated out through my shoulder, down my arm. I went to see Dr. Wright, and she did the pressure wave therapy on me. Through treatments and everything, I actually eliminated the pain in my spine and in my shoulder.
So did the pressure wave work as advertised?
Oh, my goodness, it did. Yes, I am pain-free.
And would you recommend it to your friends?
Absolutely, and I have.
Good.
I have told many friends.
If you're suffering from pain, why not schedule a free, no-obligation appointment with Dr. Sharon Wright at Pinecone Medical Center? Call 910-420-1911 or visit on the web at pineconemedicalcenter.com.
Starting November 25th, head to Greenhaven Plant Farm for the freshest Fraser firs grown right here in North Carolina, plus handmade wreaths and beautiful poinsettias. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5. Find Greenhaven Plant Farm off Highway 22 in Carthage.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. A new state law went into effect this week that aims to keep violent criminals off the streets throughout North Carolina. Irina's law is named after the Ukrainian refugee who was stabbed to death in Charlotte. Rhonda Lance with the Fraternal Order of Police tells WLOS in Asheville,
if they deserve to be in jail for a violent criminal and cost someone's life, they need to be in jail or be monitored continuously.
The Associated Press projects that Matt Van Epps won last night's special election in Tennessee by a mere 9 percentage points. That means Republicans will keep control of the state's 7th congressional district despite Democrats' push to flip the seat. CBS News political director Finn Gomez.
Republicans say Van Epps did well by leaning into the president's endorsement of his campaign and backing his policies that helped propel enough Republican voters out during a December election when Trump is not on the ballot.
Democratic U.S. Representative Don Davis of North Carolina announced Monday he will run for re-election in the state's 1st congressional district. Davis telling Spectrum News 1 last month.
We're talking about maps. This is not what people want. People want us to stay focused on their issues.
Parts of New England could get up to a foot of snow from the first major snowstorm of the season. Getting around in many areas is dangerous with slick, icy roads. CBS News New York weathercaster Lonnie Quinn.
We've got snow falling in northern New England. Tomorrow morning, it will be offshore entirely. It's a pretty quick mover. And for that portion of our country, from this point forward, they could see potentially 8 to 10 inches of snow. But this has already been a record setter.
The Wake County Board of Education has put in a revised cell phone policy aimed at balancing digital access with learning and students' well-being. The statewide guideline will have students shutting down their phones during Tuesday's meeting, a school board member said.
We are not taking ownership of people's stuff, but it is just that we need you to cut your phones off now, to comply with policies.
You're listening to NCN News.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy, you're family. With offices in every county, we're close by when it matters most. Our local agents customize coverage to fit your life. And our award-winning claims team delivers fast, quality repairs. It's no surprise Forbes ranked us the #1 auto insurer in America. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
Some North Carolina school boards, at least 38, are still not planning for students to get the required number of minutes of physical activity, according to a report the State Department of Public Instruction is scheduled to present to the State Board of Education today. The search for Malaysia Air Flight 370 is to resume. CBS News' Michael Wallace has that.
Malaysia's Transport Minister Anthony Loki announced the U.S.-based deep-sea robotics firm Ocean Infinity will pick up the hunt on December 30th.
In a new area estimated at 15,000 square kilometers in the southern Indian Ocean.
The search was halted in April due to bad weather. The Boeing 777 with 239 people aboard disappeared on March 8, 2014, while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Malaysia will pay Ocean Infinity $70 million for the search, but only if it finds wreckage of the plane. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Amazon is promising deliveries in 30 minutes or less in 2 cities. Michael Wallace has that.
The service, called Amazon Now, is debuting in parts of Seattle and Philadelphia. When customers place an order for groceries, household items, or electronics, they can check the navigation bar for a 30-minute delivery option. Amazon Prime members will pay a $3.99 delivery fee per order, while non-members will pay $13.99. Amazon says it's working with smaller, specialized facilities in those 2 cities, allowing for the faster delivery times. Customers can track their orders and tip their delivery drivers if they want to. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The North Carolina Holiday Flotilla at Wrightsville Beach has kicked off the Christmas mood with their amazing display of decorated boats soaring through the coast. The main winner this year is Josh Rita, and he told WWA why.
It feels amazing. This is the second time we won Best in Show, and it's a big shock every time. Very, very thankful.
Mike Rayleigh, NCI News.
This morning, starting out with temperatures below freezing and a mainly clear sky, likely waking up to some frost on the windshield. Mostly sunny heading into the afternoon, highs 45 to 50 degrees, then overnight lows about 30 to 32. We'll see highs Thursday mainly in the low to mid-50s with clouds increasing. Friday brings a wintry mix north of I-40 and a chilly rain south of that point. That'll be off and on throughout the day. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at sunny skies, 30 degrees, humidity 99%, dew point 30, winds calm, and pressure 30-15. It is 8:15 straight up. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Wednesday hump day. The Moore County School Board of Education decided Monday to proceed with the previously purchased Bass Carthage Road property as the site of the new Carthage Elementary School, following a staff review that deemed the newly district-owned parcel the most viable option for topography and future capacity. The board agreed to hold a formal vote on the matter at its upcoming December 8 meeting. Having reviewed the options presented by the town of Carthage, the board decided against an alternative location and subsequently rejected them. Their efforts moving forward focused solely on the Bass Carthage Road location. And the Moore County Commissioner supported a plan to reduce speeds on the U.S. Highway 1 near Stars Charter School following reports of congestion and safety concerns during student drop-off and pickup. The speed limit is currently 55 miles per hour, but traffic studies showed that most drivers traveled at 60 miles per hour or faster, with some reaching 85 miles per hour. Daily traffic volume now exceeds 31,000 vehicles compared to about 21,000 in 2019. The North Carolina Department of Transportation recommended creating a school zone with a 45-mile-an-hour limit during 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon, along with flashing lights, painted markings, improved turn lanes, and earlier warning signs. That's your WEEB local news this morning from the Sand Hills Sentinel. And as always, you can go to sandhillssentinel.com for more information. It's 8:18. Here comes your sports.
Stay in the game with the Clark Chevrolet Cadillac Sports Report. Family owned and operated for over half a century, they do it all. Sales, service, parts, collision repair, and they never charge a dock fee. Nestled in the heart of Pinehurst, Clark Chevrolet Cadillac, fueling your passion for sports.
NCN Sports, I'm Tony Bixby. Isaiah Evans hit a go-ahead three-pointer with 19.7 seconds left, and number 4 Duke held on to beat number 15 Florida 67-66 in the ACC Challenge last night at Cameron. Coach John Shire, very impressed with what he saw from Evans.
And Isaiah to step up says a lot about him, and for me that's as loud as I've heard Cameron. You know, it's one of the loudest moments for sure when he hit that shot, and then to have the toughness to get a stop.
Star freshman Cameron Boozer had 29 points for the Blue Devils. Derek Dixon made a tie-breaking layup with 16 seconds remaining and scored 5 of Carolina's last 6 points, lifting the number 16 Tar Heels to a 67-64 win at number 18 Kentucky. Head coach Hubert Davis.
I just loved how this group reacted and responded. You know, it's an unbelievable environment to be a part of. And I said, you know, if you walk out of that tunnel, you don't get the goosebumps and really ready to compete. Like something's wrong with you. And so I just happy with how they responded and on both ends of the floor.
Wake Forest lost to Oklahoma with a final score of 86-68. Elsewhere in the top 25 last night, number 1 Purdue beating Rutgers 81-65. Number 5 Connecticut over number 21 Kansas 61-56. Number 7 Michigan State beat Iowa 71-52. Another one from the ACC, Syracuse beating number 13 Tennessee 62-60. Ole Miss lost a coach but gained in the college football rankings, moving up a spot to number 6 despite the sudden departure of Lane Kiffin to LSU. Former Carolina Hurricanes right winger Kevin Dineen has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. He was also a former head coach of the Florida Panthers. He made that revelation yesterday in a social media post. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My Grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Will Tiger Woods return to the links? Here's Gethin Coolbaugh.
Tiger Woods is facing an uncertain future in golf.
I need time to figure this out with my back and with my body.
The 49-year-old and 15-time major champion said Tuesday in the Bahamas he has just been cleared to chip and putt after a 7th back surgery on October 10th.
It was a good thing to do, something I needed to have happen, and it just takes time and dedication to the rehab process.
He is not playing in his Hero World Challenge and said he won't be playing in the PNC Championship in 2 weeks with his son. As for the Ryder Cup for 2027 in Ireland,
no one's asked me about it.
Woods is spending most of his time as chair of the Futures Competition Committee.
We're trying to give the fans the best product we possibly can.
I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Tony Bixby, NCN Sports.
Sometimes you just want to say,
Silence! Lay down!
Do you have somewhere to be? I've traveled all across the fabric of space-time.
97.3 FM and 990 AM. WEEB. We've got you by the ears.
A bill to strip Moore County of its extraterritorial jurisdictions was pushed through in Raleigh, not by your senator, but by politicians from Anson County. First in the Senate, then in the House, where it was finally pulled. Where was Tom McInnes? Why did he let outsiders meddle with Moore County's future? Ray Daly, standing up for Moore County, standing up for you.
Paid for by Ray Daly for North Carolina Senate.
My name is Tony Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, North Carolina. I'm the third generation of a family-owned business.
And I'm Taylor Keith of Keith Hardware in Carthage, the fourth generation. We have been in business for almost 90 years.
We sell live bait, crickets, minnows, and worms, fishing tackle, nuts and bolts and screws by the piece. You can still come in and get nails weighed out by the pound, or ones or twos, however you'd like.
The guys, they know what they're doing. You don't have to ask for service. You tell them what you need. If they ain't got it, usually they can conjure it up.
Keith Hardware has been a tradition in this town for as long as I've been in business, and they run a good business and they're good people.
I came in with 2 pieces of plumbing. I handed it to this guy, and he took off the back, picked it up, and brought it back. Their knowledge is invaluable to me.
With Keith Hardware, I rent the building from them next door. And Tony and Ginger are doing an excellent job. I'm proud of them.
Come visit Keith Hardware today at 207 Monroe Street in Carthage.
We're just an old-fashioned hardware store.
Garage door broken? If it is, your home is not as safe as it could be. Call Superior Overhead Doors today. Whether you need repairs or full replacement, you can count on us. With over 20 years of experience, no job is too big. Active duty military receive $20 off repairs and $50 off installation. So call Superior Overhead Doors today at 910-992-6227 or visit us online at superioroverheaddoorsllc.com for a free estimate.
Mace Electric Company in Seven Lakes has been providing quality commercial and residential electrical service in the Sandhills for over 40 years. From bad switches to home surge protection, Mace Electric Company can handle any commercial or residential electrical repair. Unlimited license, locally owned and operated. Call Kenny and Gail Mace at Mace Electric Company in Seven Lakes, 910-673-0093, 910-673-0093.
Happy holidays from JB Short Carpet One. Hi, I'm Tim Short. The magic of the Christmas season causes us to reflect on those who have enriched our lives and contributed to our success over the past year. As we pause during this holiday season to thank God for His most precious gift to mankind, we at JB Short Carpet One also want to thank our friends and customers for your continued support and to wish you all the most joyful and blessed Christmas ever. And if you haven't visited our store lately, we invite you to come see us during the holiday season. While you're here, you'll find the area's best selection of carpeting, hardwood flooring, tile, and more, as well as a full-service Benjamin Moore paint store, all serviced by a friendly, specially trained staff of flooring and paint specialists. So Merry Christmas from all of us at JB Short Carpet One, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Vass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com.
As the winter holidays arrive, families want to feel secure, warm air flowing, lights on, and their homes protected. Carolina Air and Power understands that, and they're grateful for the trust and loyalty customers place in them year after year. That confidence inspires their commitment to reliable service. This season, Carolina Air and Power are helping homeowners stay comfortable with a $59 HVAC system checkup, an easy and affordable way to prepare for winter's coldest days. For added peace of mind, Carolina Air and Power are still offering $1,500 off generator installation. A whole home generator ensures comfort and safety remain intact even during unexpected outages. From dependable heating to reliable backup power, Carolina Air and Power delivers comfort and power together at last. Get started now by calling 910-241-4677 or visit CarolinaAir.com for Carolina Air and Power.
Hi, this is Katherine Phelps, owner of Appliances and More. This Christmas season, we're celebrating you, our customers, with a Christmas Eve appliance giveaway. Stop by our store in the Town & Country Shopping Center in Aberdeen and sign up to win one of 3 amazing prizes: a Frigidaire upright freezer, an Electrolux front-loaded washer and dryer set, or the new Frigidaire electric slide-in range with the fresh baked pizza option. It's our way of saying thank you for your support and friendship all year long. No purchase necessary. See store for details.
This holiday season, step back in time and discover the magic of a classical, original country store at J.R. Moore & Son. When you walk through the doors, you'll be transported to a simpler time. J.R. Moore & Son has a fantastic selection of clothing from brands like Ariat, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Plus, don't forget to explore their huge selection of boots from Wolverine, Georgia Boot, and more. So this year, give the gift of nostalgia and quality. Visit J.R. Moore & Son at 865 Thrift Road in Gulf, where tradition meets modern style.
As our economy gradually reopens, remember to support local.
Know you're doing the right thing and stay proud.
Be a part of the greatest comeback of all time with Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
This is Steve Woodward teeing off. It was all but inevitable that a day would come when the consequences of COVID pandemic hysteria would be revealed. That day arrived while most of us were pleasantly distracted by Thanksgiving festivities. The revelation came in an immediately leaked letter by a Food and Drug Administration chief vaccine regulator. It was such a bombshell that even the New York Times could not resist it. The letter by Dr. Vinay Prasad is direct. For the first time, the U.S. FDA will acknowledge that COVID-19 vaccines have killed American children, he wrote. Prasad, who directs the Center for Biologics Evaluation, explains that a review of 96 deaths among children ages 7 to 16 who received the mRNA COVID vaccines concludes that no fewer than 10 deaths are linked to the shot. And he added, these 10 deaths are certainly an underestimate due to underreporting of adverse vaccine outcomes. mRNA pioneer and COVID jab critic Dr. Robert Malone says the findings are, quote, even more stunning than this strongly worded letter indicates. These products do not work. Objective analysis cannot even demonstrate that on balance, they saved lives. I'm Steve Woodward, teed off, unvaxxed.
Wednesday morning starting out likely with some frost on the windshield. It's cold out there, but it's calm and it's clear. Temperatures into the afternoon, 45 to 50 degrees. Overnight lows about 30 to 32 degrees. Clouds increasing Thursday, highs in the low to mid-50s. We'll see a wintry mix develop near and north of I-40 Friday morning, ending as a chilly rain as we head into Friday evening. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Today is the National Day of Giving.
This is Giving Tuesday.
Every year on the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Giving. Need exists in every community.
It's National Day of Giving today.
I will give everything. Everything. Use the spirit of the holiday season to help other people.
Every little bit helps.
Happy National Day of Giving.
Showtime.
It's that time. Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Hear that sleigh. Santa's on his way. Hip hip parade for Christmas vacation. Got a ton of stuff to celebrate. Now it's getting closer, I can't wait. Gonna make this holiday as perfect as can be. Just wait and see this Christmas vacation. This old house Christmas vacation. Let's all deck the halls and light the lights. Get a toasty fire burning bright. Give St. Nick the warmest welcome that he's ever had. We're so glad it's Christmas vacation.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to Hour 2 of Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the other Stephen Woodward. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, LeaderMan. Good morning, everybody, on this wistful Wednesday in the Sandhills.
Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live audio and video streams. They're available to you from our homepage, which is located at talk973.com or talk1041.com or weeb990.com. Upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says On the Air, Listen Live. Click that once for our live audio stream, and then you may have to hit another play button. It depends on your browser. But if you want to see our video, it's simple. Just go to the middle of the page where it says Watch Live Video and Replays of Mornings with the LeaderMan. Click on that and hit today's date. You're watching that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Let's see. It's going to be better than yesterday for sure. We'll actually see some sunshine. Sunday today at 49, tonight clear 29. Tomorrow, increase in clouds, 54 for a high, 40% chance of rain Thursday night with a low of 36. Friday, 90% chance of rain, look for a high of 41. And then Saturday, 50-50 shot of rain, high of 49. Sunday, no mention of rain, 50 under mostly sunny sky, partly sunny skies. And Monday, partly sunny still with a high of 45. Tuesday, all sunshine and 48. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm, pressure 30-15, dew point 30, humidity 99%. We have sunny skies and 30 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
Give St. Nick the warmest welcome that he's ever had. We're so glad it's Christmas vacation.
All right, that's from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It is 8:34 past the hour on this Wednesday hump day. Glad that you made us a part of your Wednesday. Let's see here. If you have children, maybe you may know the answer to this or not. The latest group of people to get a cost of living bump in pay are preteens who diligently finish their chores. According to a new report, the average child's allowance is how much you think a month now?
Preteen?
Mm-hmm.
$20.
A month?
Yeah.
52.
$52?
Or $13 a week.
Wow.
Of course, that could vary a lot based on how old the child is, how much work they're putting in, and how tight money is in the house. Okay, Grandpa, before you get your panties in a bunch about the number, you have to consider inflation over time, right, like everything else. Imagine you're paying a 12-year-old $13 a week. For parents in their 40s, that would be the equivalent of $22 a month in 1992, $5.50 per week, or for grandparents in their 70s, that would be $5 a month in 1962, or $1.25 a week.
Right.
If you're making a lot less than that, then yes, you can grumble about how teenagers these days are overpaid. One place older folks do have a gripe, chances are children in previous generations were tasked with doing a lot more for their allowance than today's teens, who may get by with cleaning their room and doing their dishes. Yeah, I remember way back when, for my 15-cent a week allowance,
yeah, I was going to say,
I had to mow the whole acre yard.
Yeah.
which is a lot of grass for a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of relative, but I think, to your point, I think my allowance was paid out in quarters, not in paper money. So,
well, I remember one day at the dinner table, I asked my father, I said, "Can we get a raise in allowance?" I said, 15 cents won't quite buy you one soft drink. And he says, "Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm going to raise y'all up to $1 a week." Boy, I thought I was in high heaven then. But then I could save for something.
right.
Like I wanted a slot car. They were big back then. And they were about $5-6. So I had to diligently, gather the money together and keep it together until I could afford the slot car.
There you
And
go.
then you went to the slot car place, and for a quarter an hour, you could run your slot car on their tracks.
Oh, I was trying to
They
remember.
had 8-lane tracks.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, I couldn't remember what those are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, mow lawns for $1 or $2.
Rake leaves.
Nobody ever said, "Now make sure you drink plenty of water and stay hydrated." That never came up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And yeah, I had a walk behind mower. As soon as I passed along the duties of mowing the lawn to my younger brother, they buy him a riding lawnmower.
Wow.
And I was doing the lawn at 7 years old.
Wow.
He didn't have to do it till, let's see, about 15. And he gets a riding lawnmower.
But no resentment, of course. You've gotten over that.
Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah, my parents.
I ended up killing him.
Oh, well, there you go. Live updates at 11, folks.
Yeah.
No, my parents were friends with a couple slightly older than they were. Well, quite a bit older. They had no children. And anytime they would buy something new, they would ask my parents if they wanted whatever it was they were replacing it with, including cars. I mean, they would offer to sell it to them. So we would get their used cars, and at one point we got their used Toro riding lawnmower. It was like a tank, this thing. So that was a huge upgrade for me.
And how old were you at this time?
Probably, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, something like that. Yeah. It's probably a safe guess.
My first job in construction was $1.60 an hour, and I was glad to get it. And then when I went to work at the News Observer, I got bumped way up to $2 an hour. Now here's a guy that's entrusted with bringing home front page pictures for a large newspaper, and he gets a whopping $2 an hour. Something wrong with that picture? I'm just wondering.
And you had to hang out in those awful dark rooms with all those chemicals and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as dark as you thought. It had a special color light in there. Plenty enough to see.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, when you're developing the film itself, that had to be in darkness.
Yeah.
He had to take the film out of the cassette and roll it on these reels. And the first time you do it, you screw it all up, because it's an art to actually how you hold that film and roll it on the reel. And you get to the point you can roll it quick, but when you start out, it took me about 30 minutes for the first one. And then I had a couple of creases in it. But anyway, I learned pretty quick. All right, where was I? Oh, yeah, allowances. Let's see. Okay, we'll do this one. This is something we like to do every day. Let's try it out and see how well we accomplish it today.
And now it's time for
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, random facts for today, and maybe even a spare. In the earliest 20th century Pennsylvania, Germans considered it bad luck to take a bath or change your clothing between Christmas and the New Year.
Whoa.
Thus, they had that wonderful German smell. You smell like a German.
Thus, the continuous preparation of sauerkraut in the kitchen.
Yeah. Over half of all the master's degrees people earn in the U.S. are in 3 fields: business, education, and health professions. Business 23%, education 17%, health professions 17%, and of course you have your basket weaving at 6%.
And environmental studies comes in close behind.
But the largest increase over the past decade is in computers and information sciences. Those are up 145% from 2012 to 2022. Overall master's degrees are up 16% in that time, and doctor's degrees are up 20%. Sahara means desert in Arabic, so the Sahara Desert or Sahara Desert, tomato, is the desert's desert.
Okay.
There have been 21 people who won the EGOT, that's the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony Awards. But only one person who's been nominated for all 4 but not won a single one was Lynn Redgraves.
What a tragic tale.
And all Jews whose families are from Europe, which is almost all of the Jews you'll ever meet in the U.S., are 30th cousins or closer. Okay, well, I'd like you to meet my 29th cousin.
Yeah. Wow. That is a random fact, if ever there was one.
Yeah, getting to all that. All righty. Well, we haven't done this in a while either, so let me make sure I don't have it here. Nope, I got to go get it over here. Bear with me. It'll be worth it. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. Man, how many windows have I got open? Shit.
Wow, that's a good question. Is this thing on? Oh, yeah, okay.
Here we go. Got it ready to go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go.
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Strut across the floor like we own it. Head on over to our closet. Grab us our Colt Peacemaker. And put on our badge and gun as we get out there in relentless pursuit of stupid criminal news. You may have heard of a naughty key party. This is a naughty keys party, as in Florida Keys. 3 people were arrested in the Keys last Saturday after they were caught having a threesome in a supermarket parking lot. It wasn't happening in the middle of the right. It was around noon. So yeah, the group consisted of a 45-year-old woman, 43-year-old man, and a 59-year-old man. All 3 were drunk, were charged with disorderly intoxication, indecent exposure, lewd conduct in public, and missing all but 1 tooth. The woman, named Sharon, was also charged with resisting without violence. Police say Sharon had done this kind of thing before. She was arrested for similar public conduct a few months ago. And I'm looking at the mugshots of all 3, and all I can say is, some lurch limitation.
Well, thank you for sparing me from those mugshots.
All right. That's your stupid criminal news for today. Whew. Glad we got that. Stop that. There we go. Back it up. Okay. Ready to rock and roll forward here. All right. Do I want that? No, because you won't know them all. Let's see. Okay. The average kid's allowance, like we said, was $52 a month, which is way too much for doing simple stuff like unloading the dishwasher. Let's start making them work for the money by assigning them anything from today's list of the top 5 chores our kids should have to do to earn $52 per month allowance. They include removing popcorn ceilings, investigate the smell coming from the attic, trim the dog's nails, but don't let them bleed.
That would be a good skill to learn, actually.
Put fitted sheets back on the mattress. Better fitted than loose. Rewire the house so fuses don't blow when you run a space heater at the same time as the hairdryer. I know all about that one. Listen to our spouse complain about their day. Clean out the yellow gunk at the bottom of the freezer. That's melted ice cream.
We hope.
Stringing holiday lights on the roof. And lastly, providing 24/7 refrigerator to Barkalot Lounger beer delivery service.
Seems like
reasonable thing to ask.
A bare minimum of required tasks.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, folks, if you take a young child to a fair or a community get together and there's the opportunity for a pony ride or the face painting, go for the face painting.
Yeah.
Because the pony rides can lead to a lifetime of very costly invoices where the four-legged creature is prioritized over the two-legged creature, meaning mom and dad.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
Good news is good news.
I have good news on good news on good news.
Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to some good news.
That's what I got for y'all today.
Okay, so what's the good news?
And the good news is...
Let's hear it.
A utility worker near Boston used the bucket truck to save a woman from a fire on Monday. He was working nearby and saw the smoke. He climbed onto an awning and got her into the bucket. Firefighters weren't there yet and said he definitely saved her life. And that's where women get called the slang by guys. What a bucket. You ever heard that?
No. A bucket?
Yeah. When a girl's real good looking, you tell your buddy, hey, look at that bucket.
Oh.
You lived a sheltered life.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, an off-duty paramedic saved a family from a big blaze in L.A. the other night. There's footage of him carrying out a 7-year-old girl who ended up with minor burns on her feet. She told reporters the guy came out of nowhere to save her. Thankfully, no one died. A group of 24 people in England set a new world record for the longest game of dodgeball, 48 straight hours. They did it to raise money and awareness for breast cancer charity called Copperfield. Coppa, F-E-E-L, Copperfield. They ended up raising $8,000. All right, and that's your good news for today, or some say good news.
Dodgeball.
Yeah. All righty. Back her up, Stevie. Wake up, Windows. I got things to do.
Yeah, because with all this downtime, it forces me to continue reading today's pilot, and that's always painful.
All right, things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. After beating lymphoma, Full House star Dave Carell, or is it Collier? I'm sorry, Dave Collier, has been diagnosed with tongue cancer. What you know on that one, you just want treatments. You sure don't need them cutting your tongue out. But if it came down to life or death, would you cut your tongue out?
That's a very difficult question to ask before 9 a.m.
It's tough to ask a guy who's on the radio that question.
I would say that probably would be a last resort. Yeah, I think you might want to try alternative treatments.
Well, you can always get one of those throat speakers and sound like this every time you talk.
Yeah, that would not be desirable if you're trying to do a radio gig, that's for sure.
After 4 years of dating, Miley Cyrus and musician Max Morondo are engaged. Better him than me. 8 years after being fired from the Today Show, Matt Lauer, say it ain't so, Joe, is said to be attempting a comeback doing something on TV.
Like what? Operating a camera?
Or putting up his own video stream.
Podcast, yeah. Creepy Matt. It's always creepy Matt Lauer.
Yeah, you get all these people that get pretty big name celebrities on their podcasts, which you have never heard of in your life, and you wonder if anybody else even listens to them.
It's a good question.
I mean, there are thousands of them out there.
Michelle Obama has one even.
How do you find the one that might appeal to you?
Well, it's like anything. If you
better have it in the name. That's all I can say.
Well, there's a podcast app that I use, for example. And so if you select, say, a couple of different podcasts that are political commentary, conservative political commentary, well, eventually the app will aggregate other similar programs that you can consider partaking in. And that's how they do it. So you start with a couple, and next thing you know, you got a roster of them to choose from. And, yeah, but Matt Lauer, of course, famously known for his dalliances with young, innocent females at NBC. Apparently he had a button, if this is to be believed, under his desk that would automatically lock the door to his office so that the female guest could not easily escape.
Well, I think that's the button that got him fired, wasn't it?
I would think so, yeah. Oh.
That's for you.
Wow. Okay. A West Side Story scene just broke out here. Anyway.
You know, it makes it look like it's an automatic knife, but it's not. It got that little thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
You just flick it up. And you say, everybody says, boy, he's got a switchblade.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Very dangerous around here.
It's easy to open.
Very dangerous.
I use it as a fingernail knife.
Yeah, well.
But that's just me. All right, other things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. Sabrina Carpenter is ticked at the White House for using one of her songs in the background of a social media video they put out featuring ICE raids. Hey, Sabrina, get over it. And guess what, Sabrina? You got more exposure for your stupid song than you possibly could have gotten in a lifetime.
There's a very strong, very good possibility that you're right about that.
I know I'm right. Mm-hmm. And, sweetie, you're just not that hot. I hate to tell you.
Well, okay. You heard it here.
She's one of those ones with a big butt.
Oh.
And wears a corset to pull her gut in.
Wow.
Zootopia 2 earned $500 million internationally over the Thanksgiving holiday, marking the highest ever global opening for an animated film and the highest global opening for any film in 2025.
Zootopia?
Yeah.
I totally missed that one again.
Florida rapper Poor Stacy, who was featured on the Grammy-nominated soundtrack of Bill and Ted's Face the Music, and frequently collaborated with Travis Baker, has died of an undisclosed incident on Saturday. He was only 26.
Well, they better get to disclosing that in a hurry. It sounds a little suspicious to me.
In Home Alone 2, Kevin McAllister's stay at the Plaza Hotel came to $2,109. But that was back in 1992. Today, that stay would have cost Kevin's dad $8,500.
Including room service, I guess, huh?
TSA screened a record 3.13 million people at the airport on Sunday, a certified busiest day of the Thanksgiving travel weekend. A longtime friend of Will Smith is suing the couple, saying that Jada Pinkett threatened his life. Back at a party in 2001, he says $3 million will make it right. How about this? How about you get to go up to Will Smith and slap him in the face while he's not looking? Or totally unexpecting it.
Yeah, well, that's certainly a...
And then you come back and say, sound real tough, keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Yeah, well, things are getting warm and fuzzy around here.
Yeah, big tough guy. I would have, if I was him, I can't tell you what I would have done.
No, I wouldn't, at least not while we're on the air. Yeah.
Let's see, how much time? One more. Samsung has introduced their new Galaxy Z trifold. Yes, the phone has 2 folds in it. Give you a big old screen.
Wow.
3 phone views wide. All right, well, so it goes for this Wednesday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9, for a thumping Thursday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our station. Why? Because when you give them first crack at your spending dollars, your dollars stay here in our economy, rolling over and creating jobs. When you spend at the box stores, well, your money's out of our economy, and it's headed to Arkansas, Tunisia, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and everywhere else. And if you want to find out why talk radio is such a good extension of your advertising plans, well, give us a call here at the station and we'll tell you why talk radio is so effective in advertising, better than anywhere else, bar none. We'll see you.
Bye.
When I come back, you'd better be laughing.
So, what have we learned? Heck, I don't know. But this is one crazy show. Bye now.
Cut! That's it. Go home, everybody. None of this ever happened.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I think we're through here.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man. That's pretty much all I got, man.
Okay, class dismissed. Rock on!
Well, let me tell you something. Everything comes to an end.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sandhills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. The voters of Tennessee's 7th Congressional District have spoken. In a special election, they've chosen their next congressional representative.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for his guidance and grace every step of the way.
Matt Van Epps will be heading to Washington.
The people of Middle Tennessee stand with President Donald J. Trump.
Republican Matt Van Epps addressing supporters after winning a special election in Tennessee, keeping the 7th Congressional District in the GOP column. A military veteran and former State General Services Commissioner from Nashville, Van Epps defeated Democratic State Representative Afton Bain.
Correspondent Ben Thomas says Van Epps did have President Trump's endorsement. A high-level advisor to Russian President Putin describes talks between Russia and the U.S. on ending the war in Ukraine as constructive, but no breakthrough.
Putin met late Tuesday in Moscow with U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner. The Russian and American sides agreed not to disclose the substance of the talks, but Yuri Ushakov, a senior advisor to Putin, spoke briefly to reporters. Some of the wording that was proposed to us doesn't suit us, so the work will continue. The meeting was another step in a renewed U.S. push to broker a peace deal that has been out of reach since Trump's return to office in January. I am Nayan Kim.
Secretary of War Hegseth is vowing to press ahead with strikes on suspected U.S.-bound drug-running boats in the Caribbean and the Atlantic. Hegseth says narco-terrorists deserve to be sent to the bottom of the ocean because they've been poisoning the American people. The second strike on one vessel has outraged Democrats. They've been tossing around the term war crime. Wall Street's head of this morning's opening bell. The Dow futures 89 points higher. NASDAQ futures are up 50 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
NCN News, I'm Mike Rayleigh. This morning, Russia says talks on a potential ceasefire in Ukraine will continue. CBS's Holly Williams.
Every Ukrainian we've spoken to here this week desperately wants the war to stop. But many are opposed to a peace deal that's imposed by the U.S. that forces them to hand over territory and wouldn't stop Vladimir Putin from invading again in the future.
A weather system is coming to North Carolina later this week that may bring some wintry weather. WXII meteorologist Brian Slocum is in Winston-Salem.
Overnight Thursday through Friday afternoon. It's going to be cold enough for wintry weather. Biggest impact will likely be for the Friday morning commute. Starting late at night, making tough for buses to roll. Expect that there will be at least some school delays. Best potential will be the mountains for accumulation and north of I-40.
Heating professionals and emergency officials are urging North Carolina residents to take precautions as winter approaches. Mark Potter is a heating expert in Pitt County and tells WITN.
If I had one tip, it would be get your whatever you're using, whether it's your electric heater, some people still use kerosene heaters. Whatever you're going to use, get it checked early.
Medical professionals are encouraging Americans to take extra precautions to avoid a new flu strain spreading across the U.S. Dr. David Weber is a UNC physician and tells WRAL-TV.
As cases go up, hospitalizations go up.
A new tinted window law took effect that eliminates the need for window tint checks during vehicle inspections and requires drivers with tinted windows to roll down whichever a window a law enforcement officer approaches during a traffic stop. Durham Police Officer Scott Johnson.
The new law doesn't change the tint restrictions on vehicles. What it does is it ensures that any law enforcement officer that's walking up to a vehicle has the window rolled down on whatever side they're approaching to create safety for the officer and the occupant so we can conduct business as we need to.
You're listening to NCN News.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA.
Has your driveway, parking lot, or road seen better days? Contact Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services for all your paving project needs. Family owned with over 30 years of experience, they specialize in asphalt paving and overlays, crack sealing and repair, seal coating, striping, and pothole patching. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318 for your free estimate today. And all military and first responders receive 10% off. That's 910-673-1318.
This morning, starting out with temperatures below freezing and a mainly clear sky, likely waking up to some frost on the windshield. Mostly sunny heading into the afternoon, highs 45 to 50 degrees, then overnight lows about 30 to 32. We'll see highs Thursday mainly in the low to mid-50s with clouds increasing. Friday brings a wintry mix north of I-40 and a chilly rain south of that point. That'll be off and on throughout the day. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the Weather Center.
This hour of the Chris Plant Show is sponsored by Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services. Call 910-673-1318 for your free estimate.
Joining us now, Democratic Senator Mark Kelly. He, of course, was one of the lawmakers in that video to service members. We'll begin with what we know so far from the Washington Post on the double tap strike. Is this what you were talking about?
Mika, this is the kind of thing we were talking about.
Yes, Mika, this is the kind of thing we were talking about. There's Mike Kelly. He's an insurrectionist. He's, what is he, a seditionist. He's a seditionist. And is he the one that threw gasoline on the dog and set it on fire? Was that him? And yelled, Allahu Akbar? What is it with these people, anyway? Well, a very good happy Wednesday to you, a happy hump day to you, a mailbag day here on the Chris Plante Show. And Michael's already shown me the first mail with there's a drawing on the card. It's nice. It's Hillary Clinton drinking a glass of wine because it's Wednesday. And in the Clinton household, we know what that means. It's hump day. Here on the Chris Plante Show, it's mailbag day. So we got a mailbag thing with Hillary Clinton drinking wine. It's the combo opa, as they say at Greek restaurants. That's right, I was out the last couple of days. I'm on antibiotics now, thanks to Big Pharma and the patriarchy. Antibiotics are good, aren't they? They can, even if you're a Democrat, you might need antibiotics for your monkeypox, because I know you've all got monkeypox. Oh, got the pox over there. That's another thing there. Well, a very happy Wednesday. I apologize for being out the last. I was my best girl, and we traveled to Atlanta, Georgia. We flew to Atlanta, Georgia. Spent Thanksgiving with my best girl's side of the family, and a good time was had by all. And they have very nice people and no dumb politics, And there was one in the mix who is clearly, not a MAGA person, but that's okay. You hang out, and he's just fine. He's not a political nut. So he's, he's like a perfectly normal person 99% of the time, and that makes it fine. But I had a nice time with the family, the best girl family in the Atlanta area for the Thanksgiving holiday. Came home, and I don't know if it's airplanes or kids or what, but I got something, I don't want to say tantamount to the Wuhan Red Death. It wasn't really tantamount to the Wuhan Red Death, but I got a little this and a little that going, and sinus-y things. And so went and saw my doctor, great doctor. Saw him actually on Monday. I said, hey, feeling mighty poorly. How about I come in today? And he said, yeah, sure, come on in. So I came in and saw him in about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes later, he's nearby. So that's a good thing. And I got a bunch of antibiotics, and I'm pounding those. And those work. They're real good. I know Democrats, they need them for a lot of different reasons, antibiotics. But that's another discussion for another day. I don't know if you're listening to the news, so I'm happy to be back because there's a lot to talk about. And we have, I mentioned now, it turns out that the jihadi that Joe Biden and the Democrats waved into the country, who shot and killed one young woman serving in the National Guard, West Virginia, shot and wounded a second young man serving in the National Guard, and very severely wounded. Still, the media reports are still clinging to life, and terrible thing. And it turns out, we didn't find out till just this morning, that he was yelling Allahu Akbar, while he was shooting the guardsmen. And the Democrats, they shout Allahu Akbar too. There's a lot of Allahu Akbar. And in fact, there's a story I heard this on the radio this morning. I was unaware of this till I heard it on the radio this morning on the great WMAL in Washington, D.C., which is our nation's capital. The headline is, dog killed after man douses it in gasoline, sets it on fire in Prince George's County. And Michael Piercy said, you might want to give a trigger warning before you read that story on the radio, because trigger warning, and it's true. Dogs, we like our dogs. We love our dogs because the dogs are friendly. They're not like Democrats in most ways. But dog killed after man douses in gasoline, sets it on fire in Prince George's County. And turns out that the guy, while he was setting the dog on fire, was yelling, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And see, in reality, he wasn't. He wasn't really yelling Allahu Akbar. But the Democrats would be very upset that you were demonizing Muslims if you said that, because, that's where the Democrats are. They've joined the jihad. They're not on our side. Boy, are they not on our side. Prince George's County Police and Fire Department arson investigation, it qualifies as arson when you douse the dog in gasoline and set it on fire, are looking for a man who intentionally set a dog on fire on Monday evening, right there in the evening, around 6:30 p.m., December 1st. 911, they got a call. It said a man was dousing a dog in gasoline near the intersection of Cross Streets and Pumphrey Drive in District Heights. Others then call in to report a brush fire. That's not a brush. Hang on. Firefighters responded to the scene, and they found that, in fact, a dog was burning, and it appeared to be a pit bull. Where's Michael Vick? Does Michael Vick live in Prince George's County these days? Because, he wasn't very nice to pit bulls. A pit bull weighing about 50 pounds. 50 pounds. The dog did not survive, but it's probably the dog's owner decided that dog ownership was not for him. The County Arson Task Force has taken the case. Seems like an odd one for the Arson Task Force, but I'm kind of old-fashioned. And on Tuesday, News 7 encountered a detective at the scene of the crime looking for evidence at the scene of the crime. I think there's lyrics, some kind of lyrics in there. So, yeah, it's disturbing. It's alarming, I would agree, that people would do that. I would agree with all that, especially around the holiday season, I don't know. I'm not sure if around the holiday season comes into it, but okay. And, dogs are precious just as well as humans. It's unfortunate, said a woman who lives just steps from where the dog ran to and collapsed. It's a terrible, horrible story. And the thing is about Prince George's County is they're about 100% Democrat, roughly 100% Democrat. It's really not a snowball's chance that it was a Republican that set the 50-pound pit bull on fire after drenching the gasoline. I'm saying you were going to find somebody with a Kamala Harris sticker on their Tesla or whatever it may be. So we've got that going. That's pretty crazy story. And Allahu Akbar. That means God is greater. Our God is greater than your God. So we've got that going. Also, the Democrats, they're in favor of everything bad. They set dogs on fire, and they shout Allahu Akbar, and they shoot members of the National Guard, and they bring in more people like that because they think it makes them open-minded. But we've got also the Democrats are in favor of Venezuelan drug traffickers. They love Venezuelan drug traffickers. Now, I don't want to exclude drug traffickers from Mexico or from El Salvador or Nicaragua. I don't want to exclude any of the drugs because the Democrats love you too. They will fly down to have lunch with you and enjoy a margarita. They want to date you. They want you to date their daughters. The Democrat Party is not what it used to be. But the Democrats are in favor of drug traffickers coming out of Venezuela. And if you try to blow up the drug trafficking boats, then the Democrats will express great anger with you, contempt for you. They're not on your side. They're on the side of the Venezuelan drug traffickers. And they get they're sticklers for constitutional protections when it comes to people that don't enjoy constitutional protections, like drug traffickers out of Caracas. I like to say Caracas. It's very authentico, like a good sauce, a spicy sauce, very authentico. And the drug traffickers, we have people